What is up, my Tea Spiracy people? Thanks for coming to my late night with Lefty. I never call him Lefty, but I'm gonna ask him what he wants to be called from here on out. Look, I got Lefty in the building. Hey, buddy.
Hey,
What's going on?
chilling, max, relaxing, park lot Pippin holding it down.
Chilling out, maxing and relaxing out, cooling out, shooting some b-ball outside of school. Anyways, listen, keeping it real with Lefty. I noticed, like, since back in the day, you've been called Lefty. Like, do you like when people call you real, or would you rather people call you Lefty?
I'm kind of immune to Lefty, I would turn around. I guess it's all the same, I can't
Yeah, I
hide
don't.
who I am.
I don't think I could ever like call you something else. Like, you're always real or Ren. Like, I've always. It's funny because REN, short for Real Entertainment News. People be like, "Who's Ren?" And I think because I started calling you Ren, like, especially when you type it out because it's like a long name. But, anyways, so yeah, it's been a while since we have streamed together. I think last time I came to your Twitch channel, we talked about food, we talked about Tasha K and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that was,
And
that was fun. Fun
yeah, it
time.
was fun. I actually really enjoyed your food streams. The thing is, though, like, and I don't know if I'm alone on this. I know a lot of people are definitely into Twitch. I'm not saying Twitch is like a platform that ain't good, because I know it is. It's just not for me. I don't know. I've never really gotten down with it, but and I'm so glad that you're back on YouTube, because I don't really like venturing over to Twitch. I know it's like a foreign land to me, and I feel like I'm glad that you're back on YouTube. And I didn't even know you was back until you made your Dina video the other day. So, guys, if you're in the chat and you've been wondering, like, where Real has been, if he's ever gonna come back to YouTube, yo, he's back. His link is pinned in my comments. Go over there, subscribe. I actually really like the vibe of your last video. It's the only one I've seen on your channel so far. You were just like, Dina, what's up with you? I know you're better than this. I think you had some really good advice.
I think the biggest thing, I think two things I want to answer. I think I'm gonna start off with answering the Twitch situation. I think Twitch is a great platform, but I think YouTube people want to be on YouTube. And I think Twitch people want to be on Twitch because it's two different dynamics. And when you try to merge the two, it could get difficult because it's kind of techie when you're over there on Twitch. So people don't want to, we're older people, and I think that's fair to say. We're people that are probably most of us are middle aged, so we don't really want to get too in depth with tech versus younger people that love tech.
Right.
So I think Twitch is a place that I'm not going to give up on, but I think it's a place that I'm gonna have to build within the platform. They don't have an algorithm, so it makes it even tougher. But
Oh, really? They don't have an algorithm. That's interesting. I wonder if that's a gift and a curse.
yeah, I think it could be because it's basically, I don't know how they do it, but I think a lot of people are using YouTube to generate the traffic over there. And I don't know what I'm gonna actually do, but
Right.
I do think I should, keep it as a safe haven for if anything else goes wrong, because you never
Right.
know.
Yeah,
You
you
never
never know. That's the scary thing about people who pour their entire being into YouTube, right? Like, they make it their sole income, their sole business, which it can be very, very, very beneficial. You can generate a lot of revenue if done correctly, a lot of revenue. But the thought that you could wake up one morning and it can all be gone over something stupid, is pretty terrifying. Like, that wouldn't happen in the real world with a real business. So it's really scary that YouTube holds that power to rip it away, no questions asked in some cases. So there's that. But can I ask you one more thing about Twitch before we carry on, because I'm just curious. So they don't have an algorithm. Do they have like tags and keywords? Is that like super important on Twitch so people can search content? Like,
I always try to pull my audience from how I regularly promote through IG, through my Discord, through my Patreon, just my core group of people. So I never really tried to do hashtags or anything.
right.
TikTok, on the other hand, my TikTok is doing phenomenal, but it's all food. It won't be any other thing but food on TikTok for me. Um, and it's doing phenomenal. And I basically just put hashtags with TikTok. I
Right.
do think TikTok can be significant for me. It's just figuring out a way to be able to put up enough food videos within a week to make it really hit, because that's a lot of money. And right
Oh,
now,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah. how I know it's not every 3 meals a day where you can go out and make all these fancy things like that. Yeah, nobody got time for that or money for that. You know what I mean? That's crazy. But yeah, the possibilities on TikTok are pretty endless too. And I try to go over there once in a while, and I feel like I'm like old when I go over there. I'm like all these youngsters like over
I
here with
feel
their
like it's a breath of fresh air. Maybe because I'm only doing food, so
right,
there's no reason for any drama to be over there at all. You
right,
know,
right.
and I'm
Yeah.
only doing food,
Mm-hmm.
so it works well for me. And Sharemare has all my links. She has all the my PayPal and all that information as well too. So Sharemare can get that to you
Yeah.
guys. The
I'm
Twitch, the TikTok, and all that
I'm
stuff.
gonna start calling her Sharemare, Share, because you share everything. You are a sharer, Sharemare, Sharemare, Care Bear.
I want
Anyways,
to say one thing before we get started, right?
sure, say whatever you want. This is a laid
So
back stream. Go for it.
I was just in the creators chat, and the creator was crying, and I got up on the panel to tell the creator, take a step back. I know you want to block this person that you're angry at, but just take a step back, take a couple days, because quiet's kept, that person is angry at you too. So you guys are both angry at each other. And I had somebody in the chat that you may know. Her name is JFit, and she called me a monster. Um, I want to speak to that very quickly because a lot of people from the, a lot of people don't realize when you condemn a person, right, and you keep condemning them and keep condemning them and keep condemning them, they don't think that they can come out of being condemned. So then, what's the next option? Well, be the best at what you're condemned at. So let's say you have somebody that likes to rob, right? Now he's going to go extra hard to rob people because you just condemned him and said he couldn't be anything else. So I think, Ms. J Fit, if you would think of that before you call me a monster, because you never sat with me, you never had a conversation with me, you never talked with me, but you have the nerve to call me a monster and you're part of the Caucasian community. That in itself, I deem as racist, but I'll take that off the table for right now. You know,
Yeah.
respect me how I respect you. Have I been the kindest person in this community? No. Do I have some a past? Yes. But everybody on the face of this earth has the opportunity to change. And you condemning people, making it like they can't change, is the reason why we have criminals committing second offense. You know, that's why we have somebody that come out of prison, they reformed, and then they go right back because of people like you.
Right. Well,
I
I want to
digress.
speak to that real quick because I started thinking of who I consider a monster, right? And that would be somebody like Slob, right? So put it this way: if I showed up in a stream and I called him a monster, I feel like I can do that because he's done monstrous things to me, right? So if I showed up to somebody who's never personally done anything to me and said that, like, yeah, I mean, that would be a little different, but um yeah, people have a hard time, and I'm guilty of it too with a lot of people around here. Like you when you think of a certain person, you think of them by the bad thing you saw them do, and I get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
The biggest thing that bothers me is that it's, you know, I'm trying to just figure out a way to kind of use my words,
Yeah,
to
yeah, take your time. I'll read
disrespectful.
this comment. So Ruby says, Ruby Red Shoe says, Real was trying to be helpful and respectful, but Siwa's people wouldn't let him there. Not Siwa, the people in chat. Yeah. Yeah, that happens a lot around here. Yeah, who was? Do you want to tell us who was crying or?
See why I was crying.
Oh, okay, okay. And you were
Um,
trying to offer her like advice or whatever.
I just was trying to tell her. I mean, because she was going off about AT2 quote unquote doxing her, but if people already know what your name is, I don't know how, and they've known what your name is for the past 2 years. I don't know how that can continue to be a dox, but whatever. You feel the way you want to feel. My biggest thing was talking to her was like, hey, if you're saying this was your friend for 2 years, your friend is mad, they don't want to talk right now, let them be. Go back in a couple of days. Figure out what the problem is. You might have to separate from that friendship, but you know, I think that was quality
Yeah,
information. and you have people like JFit in the chat, roll as a monster, I'm leaving. Well, I don't think you should let the world know that you're leaving. Just leave. And then CY says, well, real, I got to let you down because my chat is getting upset. And I want to say to all creators, it's your channel, not the chat's channel. If a person want to leave
Yeah.
because of somebody you decided to have on your panel, then let that person leave because they'll be back tomorrow.
Right, right.
Especially when a person is sitting there trying to help you. And I can see if the person is being an a-hole and just destroying the stream, understandable. But I said nothing wrong.
Right, right. Yeah, see, I've actually talked about this a little bit today about how different creators will bend to the mob. They will definitely go by what their chat wants, and I think that they feed off that, and a lot of people prosper for giving the people what they want, kind of thing. But at the same time, where do you draw the line? Like, you lose yourself if you start giving in to everybody. Then you can't make everybody happy. I bet you there was people in that chat that also said to themselves, "All right, I don't really like this dude, but he ain't doing nothing wrong right now. That's not cool, you know." So, but they weren't squeaky. The squeaky wheel gets the grease kind of thing. I don't know if Jiva was the only one. I'm not saying she was. I'm just saying, like, a lot of creators will do that, and that's that's where I think that I'm a little bit different, because I go into a lot of conversations knowing that shit's going to be uncomfortable and it's going to piss people off, and that's just how life is. Not everything can be. And I'm no disrespect, Jay. I don't have any problems with her. I don't mean that. I get your point. I definitely do. I'm just saying, like, a lot of people can do that, and they can turn the whole chat around. Like, I can't believe she let you down. Oh my god. Yeah, that's kind of weird. But
The thing is that I try so hard to be cool, calm, and collected, but it's like, well, if you think I'm a monster, let me show you what monster I am.
yeah,
Let me
yeah,
show you what I am. Let me show you what I could do. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And then go real life, and then it's like, oh, this guy is angry and he needs to be strapped away. No, you caused that.
Right, right. Yeah, that's another thing that goes on around here too, right? Like, people, like, I was just talking about this on Instagram. For those of you who weren't there, if they get mad that when people make boundaries, like, oh, AZ drops people. Yeah, I drop people because I have boundaries. Like, I'm not gonna let people walk all over me. I'm not gonna let people lie to me. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that in real life. Why would I do that online? Because my subscribers also like that person, so I should also, in some circumstances, not all, so I should also just let them keep disrespecting me. Like, no, you know what I mean? Like, but people, that's a problem around here. Like, they judge you for one thing they see, and they don't know all the things that went into it behind the scenes.
And there's always the people that ain't even supporting you. They're not even sending you a super chat. They're not even sending you anything.
Yeah.
They subscribe to your lowest tier of membership. It's like, you can really do away with that $1.99, girl. Seriously.
Thank you for the $1.99. I don't know about what's going on with it. Is this the AT2 that I know? Because I know there's two AT2s. Is this the one that you had beef with for a while, or a different AT2? Because there's another one.
No, the AT2. The AT2.
Okay. Okay.
Your
mother should have swallowed you, but she didn't want that nasty taste of her mouth. That one.
Yeah. Me and AT2 been cool lady. She's had me on this panel a couple times. And what I was just trying to say is that, see, why if you're up here crying, obviously the friendship meant something to you. He's upset right now. He doesn't want to talk to you, rightfully so, because you were on a panel of somebody that tried to accuse him of something super horrible. Although you did defend him, he's wondering why you shouldn't have been up there in the first place. And it's like, I get that, but then also on the flip side, AT2 is like, you can't expect people to handle situations how you would handle it.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because we have Muzz, right, who was in a chat with somebody.
That trash ass broad, Jesus Christ.
We have Muzz who was in a chat with somebody who was conspiring to try to put you in jail, and that's something I can't forgive her. And it's not, no offense, it's not even just because of you. Like, anybody trying to lock somebody up over some internet drama that ain't even real is just crazy to me. And I think that, I believe in guilty by association, joint felony venture. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're there and you're not doing anything to stop the situation, or you're involved in it and you're just turning a blind eye, like, I don't know. I think, like, everybody's levels of what loyalty is a little different, but it depends on the circumstance. But yeah, so Muzz, yeah, I know.
You got some questions for me about Muzz? I'll gladly answer.
Well, I don't know. The whole thing lately with Muzz is about her boyfriend and how we're all just jerks for. You know what I don't like? I don't know if I particularly have a question per se, but I don't like what I've seen lately as far as people like, for example, right? I think you can speak to this. You've probably seen it. Thank you, Breezy. Breezy says, "Glad to see you back, Ren. I remember sending you super chats just for singing. Thank you for the $5 chat, Breezy. Breezy. I definitely butchered that, but
I was gonna say, and let everybody know if they want me to sing, they can. I have PayPal, Cash App, Venmo.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
let me know, and then I will sing to you.
I know
Also have
people love it.
my Amazon wish list for my birthday. I'll put that in the chat. Or
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
her name? What's her name?
Sure, Mar.
Julie or Shermere can put that in the chat. But if anybody um wants me to sing to them, just after you send the payment, let me know, and I'll sing. Thank you for the four
Thank you.
ninety nine, Breezy. Thank you for the 4.99. Thank you for the 4.99, Breezy. Thank you,
So
thank
funny.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh man, I missed it. I was telling real earlier, you guys, and I think a lot of you might agree that some of the best times I've ever had on YouTube, right? Listen, there was the best of times, there was the worst of times, but some of the best times I ever had was when you was like on one, just singing and being crazy and just, I tell you, there are nights where I just laughed till I cried with some of your songs that you would sing, and oh, nobody has made me laugh that hard as you have, and I really mean that. Like that stuff became really fun after a while, and I think you won a lot of people over with that too, with that side of you, So
Yeah,
I'm just.
I
Go
think
ahead.
we all have a couple of different sides to us. And I think one thing that is one of the biggest problems is that people want to pigeonhole you. And it's like, no, you got to take the good, the bad, and the ugly. When you marry somebody, you don't marry them because they look good, they buff, and they got a six pack. You marry all of them. Their stinky socks,
Yep.
them not putting the toilet seat up as us men do, right? Or putting the
Yeah, and
toilet
that.
seat down, right? You marry all of that. And it's like,
Yep.
if you're in most of these women here are married, right? How do you come back into the real world and then try to condemn somebody that has maybe bad behaviors? They also have good behaviors as well.
Yeah, and the same for people who subscribe, right? You know what I noticed real? Like people who subscribe will say things like, "I always supported you, but I can't agree with what you're doing with so and so." Okay, well, when you support somebody, you support somebody. Like you're gonna support them under your conditions. Everyone has a right to cut someone off, like I just said. But like, support is support. Like you don't have to agree with it, but does that mean you should stop? Like everybody's lines are different, but I noticed that too. Like nobody's gonna listen. There's a lot of people around here. Okay, nobody's gonna agree with people 100% of the time. It's impossible. No matter how perfect you are, it's just never gonna happen. So just saying, I do have a PayPal actually. But I don't know it right now. But I'll definitely, I know, but people have been asking me for that because YouTube takes 30% of everything, and it's just crazy. But thank you for reminding me. I should put that up. I appreciate it. Just saying. So just saying also says Muzz lost her shit on a live tonight. She went at you and Belinda Paul. You know why she's going at Belinda Paul? Because Belinda Paul remembers. Belinda Paul's been on Twitter calling her out. Belinda Paul ain't a creator, but Belinda Paul remembers. She remembers exactly what happened, and she's been holding Muzz accountable for the lies that she's been telling. And I know that a lot of you might not like this. It's not going to make you feel comfortable, but Muzz is straight up lying to you. She's lying, and that's why she's freaking out so bad, because she knows that we know, okay? She knows that we know, and that's that. And if there's anybody here in chat that's disagreeing with what I'm saying and thinks that she's not lying and you can actually argue this point with me, feel free to let me know, and I'll drop a link, because let me tell you something. AZ has notebooks. AZ has to write things down because AZ forgets shit all the time. So when I talk about these notebooks, it ain't because I'm trying to be super creepy. It's because even in my everyday life, regardless of YouTube, I have to write stuff down because I forget things, dude. I fried my brain. All right, I'm in recovery. What do you want from me? So I'm just keeping it real with you. So, I was looking back on it today. I looked back at it, right? And I was reading like some of this Muzz stuff, and I'm like, damn, this girl has some nerve showing up out of nowhere, like bringing this up again and again and again, knowing full well that you're only being called out on it because you're lying. And it sucks because Muzz is such a likable person to a lot of people, and nobody likes to hear it, but it's the God's honest truth, you know, Muzz? So maybe just take ownership. Tell everybody how, Muzz, tell everybody how on February 7th, I think, you was going to say goodbye to him. January 7th, sorry. You was going to say goodbye to him. You asked for help to get the $185 to be exact. And then February 9th, you're back and like you're on fucking what's the dates? I don't have them. Hold, you get it on my phone. You're in CY's chat after everybody gave you freaking condolences. Okay? For almost a month, people was giving you condolences. You were accepting those condolences everywhere. And then you went into a CY stream and asked for a magic potion, literally a spell or whatever you want to call it, magic potion, to heal him or some shit. And we were all like, huh? You already told us he died. What are you trying to resurrect? Like, what is going on here? And that really happened. I actually have the dates right here. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Hold on.
That is just disgusting.
It is. It's deceptive.
You know? And I want to say to Cooch the Cream Dollar Store Dream who turned on me for Muzz. Oh, this is the person that you turn on me for?
Okay, I have it right here. You ready for this? As a matter of fact, you want to see something? I don't even care. Yo, you're not going to like this, Muzz. You're going to have a field day with calling me creepy, saying this, that. But let me tell you something. Discord is a wonderful tool. You can go into Discord, type someone's name in, and find out a wonderful history log of everything that's gone on ever. So why don't we do that right now? Let me do that, Muzz. Let's hold you accountable for once. And I know you really don't like this, but hey, you would talk about me today, so fuck it. Here we go. Let me bring it up. You're going to wait till you guys see this shit, right? I don't even care. When this girl started moving grimy with Roadhog and Yaya, you bet your ass that I kept track of that shit. Because no. Hell no.
Muzz, you done effed around and now you about to find out.
Yo.
Really Muzz.
You have no idea how you're about to find out. Ready for this? Y'all are going to laugh. You're going to think I'm a crazy person, but this is just how my brain works. I have to write this shit down. And you can call me Tina. It's fine, you know. I'll own that. It's Tina-ish. I make Tina look normal. No, I'm just kidding. All right. What do we have here? Let's take a better look here. So, is this the first one? Hold on. I know you guys can't see this good. Wait a second. Okay. Let's start at January 2nd. Muzz says she'll be gone from the internet for a while to say goodbye to her dying boyfriend. All right, then we go back to ready for this? January 18th. Muzz's boyfriend's still alive. A week after she said goodbye, we found out he was still alive via Siwa's chat because she asked for a spell for him. She never informed us that he was still alive. Many people start to talk about this because it's weird. So we have that. Oh, there's more. Don't you? This is all about Yaya and Frick Roadhog and all this shit. So, December 16th is when she was in that thing trying to lock you up. You know what I'm saying? There was that. I have that written down too. And then, wait a minute. I ain't done yet. Let me go back here. Let me move this one. Got one more for your ass. Ready for this? And I'm going to tell you something about February, Muzz, that you probably think I forgot about. And you know what? I would have forgot about it had I not already had a shitty memory, had I been forced to write everything down because of my shitty memory. So here we go. Did I just open the wrong one? Of course I did. Hold on. Sorry. So let me ask you this while I'm bringing this up, Muzz. Why did you delete your February internet history? Why would you do that? I know why you did it. Tell the people why you did it, Muzz. Because in February, you re-grifted for the same shit you had already grifted for. Remember that? Because I do. And that's why people think this is weird, including Belinda Paul. Because let me tell you something. Say what you want about Belinda Paul. That lady ain't stupid. She don't miss a fucking trick around here. And if you're trying to pull one over on her, good luck with that. Good luck with that, my friend. All right, open original. Here it is. So, dun, 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 dun. listen to how weird this is, right? This is so crazy. Yeah, check out that February stuff. Why did you erase it? What else happened in February? Somebody had the password to ChristConf. So you got to remember, February internet history is gone because the dude redied again and stuff, right? Then we have, Crazy Conflict's channel gets porn bombed and brought to its knees, never to be heard from again. The whole channel goes down, right? There's one person that had his password. I'll let y'all figure out who it is. There's one person. Guess what Muzz did on some of his streams? She grifted for her dying boyfriend. She accepted condolences for her dying boyfriend, or dead, whatever. And those are gone now. So on February, here it is right here. February 22nd. Now, I already read you the January ones. February 22nd, she asked Twitter for money to say goodbye to her boyfriend again. You see that in purple? Yeah, I know you see it. Poodlerific, hey! Oh, wait, Lefty fell down. Hold on. I want to hear a round of Roadhogs crying over Tea Spiracy. I find myself humming that while I'm doing housework. It's brilliant and catchy. Oh, shit. Would you do us the pleasure?
No problem.
Yes.
Roadhog is crying over Tea Spiracy. Roadhog is crying over Tea Spiracy. Roadhog is crying over Tea Spiracy. Please believe me, Roadhog is crying. And guys, if you donate to my either PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, or Cash App, let me know so I can sing to you.
Word. So February 22nd. Thank you, Poodlerific. Thank you. So February 22nd, February 22nd, she asked Twitter for money. Now, I have those screenshots. I said I was going to post them. Where the fuck? Hold on. They're on Twitter. So Belinda Paul is in a huge thread. She remembers all this stuff. Because let me tell you why Belinda Paul is very relevant in this whole thing and why Muzz is probably so angry about it, right? Belinda Paul is not a creator. Belinda Paul has no reason to personally be angry at her, right? She's not a main character who's out here throwing blows left and right. You know what I mean? There's no reason for her to be involved. So when somebody like a Belinda Paul comes along who's a viewer and says, hey, no, you're wrong, and I saw it too, that's really going to piss you off, Muzz, because guess what? It's not just me, AZ, who has a problem with me saying it anymore, or Julie, or whoever. It's somebody who has respect in the community and is not somebody who you're already in a beef with. So Belinda Paul's tweets are very relevant to this whole conversation for that reason, right? So shout out to Belinda Paul for not letting this one slide by. And it's the strangest thing. And people were asking, or I was thinking earlier, no one was asking, I was saying, like, why would she do this? And the only reason I can come up with is she needed money twice and just freaking didn't want to tell the truth or something. It just makes no sense. And you know what I can't stand, real, when people do, and it happens all the time. This is what I was going to say before. All right. So you just heard the story, right? This has turned into, not just with me, it turned into all of us basically. They are cancer shaming. They shouldn't be talking about his medical history. Like, first of all, we don't know the dude's name. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? They're like, oh, they're cancer shaming. I'm just like, what? No. This is what these people do. They use stuff to try to make you look like the bad person because they're lying. And that's the same thing that Wolf did to me with the racism thing. Like, it's just insane. It's insane. It's like, you just say what you mean and mean what you say, you know, and no, we wouldn't have to be doing this, playing this way, you know.
I think at the end of the day, Muzz is trash. She's always going to be trash. She's the worst thing about Canada. You know, you make that country look like trash because you're trash. And we've seen your fingers today, Muzz. We've seen your fingers.
Seen you what? Sorry, I had to plug my laptop in.
She was knitting in her videos, and you've seen her fingers because you know she's scared to show her face. Her fingers were so swollen. You know what that come from? All of the salt that she's probably eating. Her fingers are horrifically huge.
I gotta dip off panel and come back in because it's all staticky. Give me 1 second. Sausage fingers.
That's what they are, sausage fingers.
Oh my god. Hold on. Why do you do this to me, StreamYard? I hate you. StreamYard is the worst. All right, leave studio. Okay.
So, guys, like I said, if you want me to sing to you, you could donate via PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, Cash App. Sharemare is putting those in there, and I'll sing whatever song you want me to sing. Just let me know that the donation is sent, and I will sing whatever song you want me to sing. And I would love to sing the JJ song. I actually been working on a couple of different JJ songs too. Come to think about it,
I can't wait to
she's
hear it.
she's really been getting on my nerves.
Yeah, she's the one that had her hand in that Dina mix too. So, I've been yelling at Dina to show the evidence, but JJ can show it too. You know what I'm saying? Either one of them can, but they don't have it. They can't show it because they didn't have it. They're
You know
saying
the
I
thing
attack
is,
kids. Like, come on.
you know the thing is with JJ. She
There's a
also
lot.
said that she had evidence and screenshots that I was Angel Eyes, but she never showed that. And the sad part is that Sophie Queen Cindy follows behind her like a lap dog, like a lap dog. And
Oh, I know.
and JJ, you got the nerve to call uh, Tea Spiracy racist. The nerve, the nerve.
Hey, you know what, Real? You know about this? So she calls me a racist. I called her a ratchet one time, and she said, "You're racist. I'm a Hispanic woman." And I'm like, "Yo, I call myself a ratchet. Like, what are you talking about?" So, anyways, so you know what she did though? So Dina called everybody at you. You know what a WET back is?
Yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, okay. Because a lot of people apparently don't, and that's weird to me. So I was just making sure because I guess a lot of people don't.
'Cause I live in Arizona. Remember?
Oh yeah, true. So So apparently, Dina threw that out. She said that to Dom, and JJ defended that. But I call someone a ratchet or someone a dog, and all of a sudden I'm racist. Like people pick and choose what they want to, defend. I guess so. Whatever.
The thing is that JJ, you're so much of a hypocrite, and I understand you not wanting to go at your homegirl live and direct. I agree you should pull Dina to the side, break it down to her, you know. But let somebody would have called you that, Sophie Queen Cindy. Let somebody would have called your punk ass that. How would
Yeah.
you be responding? How would you be responding? That's the biggest question. And if you can't sit here and be honest with yourself, which JJ, we know you can't be honest with nothing. You said I harassed you because I said I wanted you to have my baby and did a live stream. Come on, JJ. Come on.
Yeah. They'll believe anything, man. It's almost like how the anti-Katie Joy whole community, like just for an example, how they will take anything Katie does and twist it and make it into this huge like act of terrorism. Like these people will do that with me. And what did I do? All I did was tell the truth about them and show receipts. You know what I'm saying? That's why JJ really hates me, because her and Jackie wanted to spread a narrative that I was a big mean bully in Discord and da 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 da. And what they lied about it, they did all these streams. And then when Amanda Pants came to me and said, "Hey, you know what? Can I hear your side?" I said, "You don't even need my side, girl. Here's the whole interaction," because I already knew how these girls moved. I'm so glad that I had that recorded because I had already known they were sneaky by then, and they did exactly what I knew they were going to do. And I let them do it, knowing full well I had the whole recording, and boom, dropped like a bomb, and they all literally felt stupid. Like it was so the explosion was so epic because they had been telling one story for so long, and then when the truth finally came out, they were big mad. Now since that time, any of those chicks will do anything and agree with anything that paints me in an unfavorable light, because you know what, I stung them with the truth, and the truth hurts. So hey, I'll just be a racist. Okay, whatever you say, whatever.
And
But
then she got the nerve to say that she wanted to punch Kim S and Stacy in the face. You really want to punch these ladies in the face? What have they done to you? What have they done to you? They separated themselves from Wacko, and now you want to punch them in the face. We know you've been going out of New York since you were 8 years old. So all that thug life stuff, we know you ain't about it. You from Florida. You went to high school and all that in Florida. You're not tough. And Selfie Queen's a punk. She's not going to help you.
Selfie Queen really bothered me
Go
for a
fight
while.
him, guys. Go fight him, okay? Go fight him, please. Go fight him. Sorry.
Selfie Queen really like hurt my heart for a while because she was always like so nice, gentle, and kind, and then she just kind of followed right behind JJ because that was like her best friend. Now she's just a dependent and just does whatever JJ tells her to do, and I think it's really sad because I think that when Selfie Queen was not, JJ's right hand man or whatever. She was a pretty decent person, or at least I thought she was. So it really makes me sad to sit there and have her like, for example, let me tell you what these bozos did. So I had that stream with Dina. She told lies, and then she threatened somebody bodily harm, and I had to take it down for several reasons. And I never really went at the girl, like, because I thought she was mentally ill, whatever. So make a long story short, Selfie Queen Cindy and JJ, they were, you know what they did? Instead of telling the whole story, they made a stream and they said, AZ deleted her video because she didn't want Dina defending her kids. Why wouldn't she let her defend her kids? Da, 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 da. They talked mad shit for like an hour about me, claiming that that's why I got rid of it. Like, you think I'd have a problem with a mother defending her kids? Like, what are you talking about? Like, they will whoop anything I do and say, and it's just insanity. It really is. And they do that with you too. And you know what's crazy? Real. Do you remember how you were like really good friends with them? Like, at one point, remember?
Yeah, I used to talk to JJ every
Yep.
day. I used to talk to Selfie Queen every day. And this
Yep.
Selfie Queen would lie, talking about she had to go to work when she didn't even have a job.
Listen, do you remember what happened though? Remember they dropped you because they said, even after, listen, you had already done your dirt and come back again and we're nice. Then you did some dirt more, whatever. And they always were there for it, right? And then all of a sudden, one day, they were like, we can't support Real Entertainment News anymore, even though we know who he is. And, he's never really changed. He's always been the same person. We just cannot support him anymore. And they left you, they dipped you, they dropped you. And now where are they? They're on Roadhog's chat, promoting Roadhog videos and shit. It's like, oh, okay. You couldn't get down with Real Entertainment News, but Roadhog's just fine, right? The enemy of my enemy. Okay, JJ.
The interesting part about that is that they're minorities. They are Latino women, Puerto Rican. In the hood, Puerto Ricans are just like black people, right? There's no difference when you get in the hood, right? So for you to sit there and support a Caucasian man that calls a black man the N-word, and you support that, but you're a minority, I gotta call him whitewashed. That's the reason why JJ is married to somebody that's Irish, because she don't want to be Latina.
Well, also too, you know what Roadhog did too, and people might forget about this. I have so many clips of him just being nasty. Like, it's hard for me to look at him and watch him because his voice triggers me. He's just gross. But he had a stream one time where he was driving and he was saying that your mother and Christ Conflict's mother were obviously crackheads. And then he was saying that's why y'all can't get no white ladies, because a sister will cut you up. He went on and on and on saying the most disgusting shit I've ever heard. And JJ's cool with that. They're all down with it, right? They don't want to acknowledge that, because if they acknowledge that, then they'll have to acknowledge they're hypocrites. So they just pretend like it doesn't exist, it didn't happen. And then you got Mrs. Roadhog today tagging #Black Twitter, calling me out, saying I'm a racist. Lady, I just shared a clip of her using the N-word, saying, "Oh, you must not be around military men. They always say the N-word." No. I could go on and on about the crazy hypocrisy of these people, but
I got a theory. I got a theory of why Selfie Queen wants to move to Florida, and I got a theory of why she was crying because Dom went at JJ. I have a theory.
Go ahead. I don't even really know about this, but she was crying because of Dom. What? Can you say that last part?
She was on her stream crying when Dom went at JJ, and I mean, he said what he said about her body. I mean, whatever's whatever. We're talking about a man that doesn't like women. Like, are you serious? Like, are you really going to sit there and that's
she
no
cried
different?
about it?
She was on there crying.
Really?
Yes, she was on there crying.
That's interesting.
So I came up with a theory, and this is just speculation, right? I think that JJ and her husband have been having an extramarital affair with Selfie Queen ever since last November when they came here, because things have changed since last November.
Oh no!
I really believe that. Tea Spiracy. I believe, and I think that Selfie Queen Cindy, in some ways, want to cock block me.
Oh my god!
Because JJ wants the black experience, allegedly.
Oh my god! You're trying to get us canceled right now.
I ain't gonna lie. I think JJ is a beautiful woman, right?
Yeah, when she don't open her mouth.
Yeah, if she just kept quiet and just
Right.
smiled, she would be the most beautiful thing on the internet. But as soon as she talked, man,
Right.
her stakes goes down completely. And Sophie Queen Cindy is so much of a lapdog. Like, come on, you left Alex of 26 years. 26 years you left Alex.
Yeah, I don't know
But we
nothing
know
about
you didn't
Alex
have a
or whatever. I
we
don't
know
know
you
nothing
didn't have a
about that.
job. So who took care of you for 26 years? And the only thing I got to say about that Tea Spiracy is that we all get fed up. But there's a right and a wrong way to do it. And to wish that man child out in the middle of the night and he come home to nothing. You know how heartbreaking that is, Tea Spiracy?
Oh no, I didn't know
You know how
that at all.
heartbreaking that is?
Oh
I feel
yeah,
for the
I
man.
don't
I
know. I
feel
don't
for
know
him.
nothing about that, so I'm just hearing this for the first time. Damn.
It broke my heart.
Yikes.
Thank you for the 4.99, Stacy. Thank you for the 4.99. Thank you for the 4.99, Stacy. Stacy. Thank you for the 4.99. Thank you for the 4.99. Thank you for the 4.99, Stacy. Thank you.
Belinda, I was just talking about you, about how you're not stupid and how Muzz is big mad at you and me. And I was like, you know why she mad at Belinda? Because she's calling her ass out. And her comments actually resonate because she's not a salty, creator who just has a beef already, like you didn't miss a trick. Anyways, yeah, JJ's gonna be fucking breathing fire over this stream. I already know it. I don't even watch those chicks. They're just
Well, we didn't
they're
even say
never
anything bad
correct.
about it, though.
They're never listen,
We
and
didn't say
and I
anything
mean
bad
this
about it, though, Tea Spiracy.
I know, okay. Anyways, so they always when they do talk about me, because people tell me it's never correct, like not even close. It's so frustrating. So I can't watch them. I don't even. It's just watching those two bozos try to figure life out and figure out what the hell they talk about. It's just ridiculous. Like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. So I didn't even know that. I didn't even know these things you're telling me. They're negative entities, and I think they have a huge hand in why Dina is so convinced of what she's convinced of, because that's how they operate. They lie. You have a crazy liar, and then a crazy, and then you have these wild accusations that people just love to make against me, and it's just not normal.
Sloth, I can't beatbox. I can't beatbox at all. But I can sing a good tune, I guess, right?
Yeah, he's working on a tune for me right now. Sidetrack Sally, it's called. So should be out. Real. We did have. I had to remaster your track for this. Steve McRae is a punk. That was a smash hit this summer. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah.
We're gonna need a new smash hit for next summer, but we'll get there. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We got a couple. We going in the winter, so we got a couple months.
Yeah, I'm Real's sound engineer. Okay.
But I think that all in all, one day I do hope that there could be peace within the communities. I know that we all profit from the arguing and fighting back and forth via views and super chats and things like that. But sometimes it has to take a toll on you. And somebody like Sophie Queen, you see that these things really take a toll on her because she's not, and I don't mean no shade when I say this, she's not a strong equipped person that can handle what people say about her on YouTube. It's such a vicious place, such a vicious place. And it's like you have to have, and you would think that she would have that vicious place understanding because she says she used to live in Kensington. When I tell you Kensington is crazy, Tea Spiracy, Kensington is crazy.
What state is that in?
That's in Philly. She says
Oh
she lived.
really? Oh really?
Yeah, she says because at one time I sent her a
I
message
didn't
saying
know that.
stop talking about Philly because she kept doing videos about people that's addicts that's down there. And it's like you might be talking to some of my family members, and I don't like that. You know what I mean? Some of my families are
If she's
addicts
a
today.
recovery coach, she's supposed to be a recovery coach, and she's doing that online to people. Nah,
She's
she ain't
supposed
a
to be a
recovery coach.
recovery coach, but she can't help her husband recover.
Oh boy,
That's a powerful statement. That's powerful, but I'm not here to shame. Your job is your job, but leave those people alone. Leave those people alone.
Yeah, she
They're
shouldn't
only
be talking
serving
about
them.
nobody else's struggles. That's not hers to talk about, especially online. And I don't care if she's saying their name or not. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, she the thing is with her, right? Like, I feel like she's a good person who just is lost, literally. And that actually makes me sad for her. That's why I try to leave her out of a lot of stuff, because I feel like at her core, and I could be wrong, maybe y'all know better, because like I said, I don't really watch them like some people do, but anymore, especially. I feel like Sophie Queen really is a decent person who's just misguided, misled, lost kind of thing. Like, that's why she's the lapdog. You know what I mean?
I think it's also one of those things where, on some hand, she'll do whatever she needs to do to make you happy to get whatever she wants. I mean, somebody that's been in recovery for 21 years, it's just a skill to be able to maneuver when you're on that ish. You know what I mean? Like, that stuff is powerful. Like, I've had family members go through. Like, I've seen it. I've seen it. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen it. Like, I'm no stranger to it. You know,
Right.
no stranger to it. And it's like, where you sympathize on one hand, on the other hand, is like, there's no such thing as addict shaming if you're showing signs of being on that ish. You know what I mean? I know what it looked like. I've seen it. You know, and for me to turn a blind eye to it, would that make me a hypocrite, T? Right? Check my PayPal. And I say all this respectfully. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I get you. You're entitled to your opinion. Belinda says, I have a copy of an Instagram where Muzz talks about her deceased boyfriend. Ooh, why didn't she say he didn't pass if he didn't pass? Yeah, dude, I just showed the timeline. I went into Discord one night, typed her name in, and I came up with all the dates of all of her lies and stuff. And it's just wild to look back on it, Belinda Paul, because she tried so hard to make everyone forget that she even deleted her February internet history, et cetera, et cetera. So you have that video? Damn. I'm gonna have to take a look at that, because um wow. And here's the thing, Muzz, stop saying we're cancer shaming. What the hell is wrong with you? Nobody said anything about that. Can you just stop acting like Dina? Like, just cut the shit. Like, seriously, you don't get to make fake accusations because you're caught up in a lie. I'm so sick of that shit. Like, cut it out, dude. Just stop. Full stop. You misled everybody. You failed to correct what you told everybody. You failed to when you only tell part of the truth, when you tell half truths, is a whole lie. Even when you leave things out of a story, it's a lie. So Muzz, cut it out. Just cut it out. You're wrong. You have 1 million people who saw what you did. And when I put together all the shit I have, I don't know what you're gonna say then, but you're gonna feel even more stupid. Let me tell you, because this whole lie that you keep tripling down on every couple months or so, I'm getting pretty sick of it. I really am. Cut the shit. I can't believe the audacity of this chick to just keep bringing it up like it didn't happen. Like, ay.
So I have to sing the JJ song.
Okay.
But I think what JJ song is it? Damn, I got a lot of JJ songs, right?
I know, it must be hard to like go in your brain files and just pull out the JJ song in which, you know what I mean? It's like
Oh,
when
well,
you try to go ahead.
I'm gonna sing one, and the person that wanted me to sing it, you tell me if it's the right one. If it's not the right one, then I'll go to another one. Is that fair?
All right, Breezy, let us know if it's the right one.
Oh, JJ. Oh, JJ. Can you be my baby mama? Oh, JJ. Can you give a black man $1, JJ? Oh, JJ. Oh, JJ. Can you come rub my belly? JJ. Can I get $1? Can you make a black man holler? JJ. Was that the right one?
I thought you was gonna say JJ, come out and play.
Oh, how
I
does
don't know.
that go? I didn't sing that in so long. How does that go?
Puerto Rican JJ, come out and play.
Do you know what beat it was to?
Puerto Rican JJ, come out and play. That's all I remember,
See, the thing
honestly.
is that when I make the tunes, they're tunes to a beat. So if I know what beat it was made to, then I could do it. But if I don't know what beat it was made to, it's going to sound off. You know what I mean?
Puerto Rican JJ, come out and play. They're gonna fucking burn me down for that one. But that's how you sing it.
Puerto Rican JJ, come out and play. That
Something like that. I don't know.
because that one was short, right?
It was short. I think that was the only words to it. You made one about me one time. It was funny. It was like, Tea Spiracy is getting sued. But you know what that means, baby? It's back to the ghetto for you.
Who said that?
You did. You did. You like Tea Spiracy's getting sued. And you know what that means, baby? It's back to the ghetto for you. You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah, you were telling me I was going back to the ghetto. It was mad funny. Oh my god. This is so funny. Yeah,
Oh
it
my
was when you were
goodness.
like you thought Katie Joy was saying she was gonna sue me or something, and you wrote that when we weren't getting along. And I actually have it on my Instagram. I have to tag you in it or something because it is pretty funny. But yo, my funniest.
But it was that short though.
I think so. I don't know. Let me look it up. I don't know. Let me look it up. Let's see if I can pull it on my Instagram because this shit is hilarious. Like,
So I was going to ask you, what have you thought about my TikToks?
me?
Not to change the subject or anything like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm not on TikTok that much, but when I do pop on, you come up right away. I don't follow that many people, and it's always something really good, impressive. I'm not gonna lie, I've always been pretty impressed by it. Yeah, I like them. I mean, I'm sure that I haven't been on in a couple weeks, maybe like a week or so, but I've always loved your food review stuff, and I think you'll be massively successful on TikTok.
Yeah, because then there's no drama. No drama.
You,
Well, if y'all want me to sing Steve McCrae, then you just gotta let me know who sent the cash app for me to sing it, or the PayPal, or the Zelle, or the Venmo, and I'll sing it. That why do people love that song so much?
because people hate Steve McCrae, like you gotta understand, like that dude is he's
But the
well
song is
hated.
about Dottie.
Yeah, we could do without the Dottie pot, I think. Like, I know that when I had like Nate the Lawyer and Uncivil on and I was playing that track, like nobody really knew who Dottie was, you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm like, damn, I should have edited this so Dottie wasn't in it. I should have just left the Steve part, but whatever. Dottie still deserves to be in it because she's Dottie, but you know what I mean? But yeah, people don't like him, especially right now. He just scammed a bunch of people and he's treating people like Aaron and letting him get away with it. It's just insane, but we live in alternate realities around here on YouTube where people get away with certain things as long as the people behind them allow them to. So it's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, since I have you on, let me ask you this. So, how do you feel? You maybe have dealt with this. I'm sure you've faced plenty of injustices in your life where you were not at an advantage where somebody like me would be. Like, that's just a fact. Like, I've seen it more than ever in the past few years now that I've paid attention to it, right? Let me ask you this. How does it feel? And I'm not even gonna give a certain example. I'm just gonna say in general, racism and prejudice and all that stuff is such a serious thing, and it's so hurtful, and it hurts so many people, and it has a ripple effect, and it's ugly, and there's nothing good about it. So when you have somebody who cries racism because they can't win an argument, and they call 27 people a racist just because they can't win an argument, and they use it as like literally the definition of the race card, like they use it any chance they can to like sidestep things, like how does that make you feel? Do you think that weakens like things in the long run, kind of like fake victims with domestic abuse, like Amber Heard, how she watered down like the real issues by lying? Do you think that, you understand what I'm saying?
I think it has some small effect, but I do think that a lot of times people try to, and this people on both sides of the coin, right?
Right.
They try to exaggerate things, and you think about when you look at some YouTubers and things that they may be battling the beef and over, they'll exaggerate um, something. They'll exaggerate something to be more than what it really is. So, um, of course, if that's because remember they blame me for that. They blame me on using the race card in the beginning,
Right.
but I felt like I was seriously being uh, treated less than because I was a black man in a predominantly Caucasian community. Cam, we got to see you, Cam. I was
Yeah,
worried
you know
about
what?
handsome
I'll
done
be
my
honest with you.
calls. I've been trying to see if she's okay. I've been fucking worried sick. But you're here, so that means you're good.
I've been for a while there, I think I would have been one of those people that would have said that, maybe felt that way. But one night I talked to you on the Maslow Report with Kate, remember? And you explained to me why. I said, why do you keep saying this over and over? And you literally laid it down and you explained valid reasons why you felt that way. And I left that stream going, all right, well, now I kind of understand why he feels that way, because we had a healthy conversation about it, right? So when you laid it out like that, there were things I didn't know, things I didn't see, and I remember leaving that stream going, all right, I get it now, and then we were cool again. So, some people just don't know.
I think all.
And
I think
you
also.
called people. What's
I
that?
think also. I think also the there's racism and then there's prejudice. I think a lot of people within the community that may be from the Caucasian community, there is a lot of prejudices that are going on with them because of how they were raised, how they were taught. It's not something that you grow up knowing as a kid. It's something that you're taught. So when you look at some of the stereotypes and how somebody cannot even be raising their voice, but a lady will tell you, "Don't talk to me like that." Well, what do you mean? I'm talking to you respectfully. I'm in a monotone voice. How do you want me to speak?
Right,
What do you want me to say? Like, I still need to get my point across and be aggressive in getting my point across, because now you're showing me traits of aggression.
right,
And I don't think that a lot of these women understand. Like, I want to give a perfect example, and I don't condone this at all, right? But you'll have a lady at the gas station. This really happened. I think I was in one of those towns going from Arizona to LA, in a small town. So I go in the store, and there's a lady in the store. It's a Caucasian lady, and it's a black guy. He's homeless, right? And
hmm
she's at the register. He has money to buy the stuff that he wants. And she tells him, "Well, get the F out of the store." And he's like, "Well, hey, I got the money to buy what I want. I'm not here trying to start any trouble. Get the F out of the store, you effing bum." So he still doesn't says anything, right? And
wow,
then she walks around the corner. "Get out the store, you effing bum." He hit her with a 3-piece in the biscuit, knocked her the fuck out cold, AZ. Knocked her out cold.
really?
Now, what was he wrong for hitting the lady? At that perspective, I say, why did she come around the corner? If you don't want a man to hit a lady, then a lady shouldn't approach a man in an aggressive way, because you don't know what that man is going through.
So let me get this straight. So he was walking away. He was on his way out when she approached him further.
Yeah, she came around the corner.
Wow. So she
Came
didn't
around
even
the
give him.
came
She
around the,
didn't even give him a chance to leave. Then.
no, well, she wouldn't even give him a chance to buy the stuff.
Damn.
He was at the register. She came, "Get out the store," walking
Right.
around all got her chest poked out. And next thing you know, you hit her with that 3-piece in the biscuit, so she wouldn't be hungry no more. You know what I mean? Now is it right? And then,
It's not
I don't
funny.
want to. I don't want to laugh.
No, I know. I don't mean. I just didn't see that coming. Anyways, yeah. I mean, I don't think all instances violence is the answer, but I understand his frustration, and I can't really say I blame him. I don't think I would have done the same thing, but I never been in that situation. But I get it. Damn, yeah, that's pretty messed up,
You
especially
know?
considering he had the money. Like, poor dude. Like, what the hell? What the
Yeah, it's
hell's
like,
wrong with people?
and it's like, if he didn't have the money, I would have gave the money to pay for his stuff. It's like what I think a lot of these, and I don't want to say all, but I think some of these women, they're so, and it's the privilege thing. Is the privilege of you thinking that you could talk to me because you're down, because you're superior to me, and I have an issue with that. Like, that's why I scream on a lot of women, because the very minute that you raise your voice as if you're better than me, a switch goes off in my head.
Yeah.
You know, a switch goes off, and it's like, I don't want to be that angry black man, but when you bring it out of me, how can you call foul when you brought it out of me? You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense or no?
No,
And I
people
understand self
people
control.
just want you to feel. They want you to react how they want you to react, and that's the thing.
I gotta sing the Steve McRae song.
Oh yeah, yeah. Poodlerific. Poodlerific. Here's your jam.
How did it start? Daddy, you can come and bite me, but please do it lightly. Oh, Daddy, you can come and bite me, but please do it lightly, cause that might excite me. Steve McRae is a punk motherfucker. Roadhog 2. Steve McRae is a sorry son of a bitch.
Sure
Steve
is.
McRae is a punk motherfucker. Steve McRae is a sorry son of a bitch. Daddy, you can come and bite me. Please do it lightly, cause that might excite me. Dottie is bigger than a motherfucker, Tea Spiracy. Imagine her hitting you. You going down. Man, woman, or child. That lady is the next thing close to Bigfoot, respectfully. Jesus Christ.
Yo, she is really, really tall, isn't she?
Imagine her walking up to a dude that's skinny and her like, hey, I want you, baby.
No, she's built like a linebacker. She really is. That's why when that's why I turned her into a song that time. She's like, "I'm 6'2". I intimidate men," and I put her on the track. That shit was so funny.
Shout out to Sherry. Shout out to Karma is a bitch. She's one of my mods. Wonderful,
Oh,
wonderful.
hey Karma. I thought that was like a newer name that I don't not really used to see in Welcome.
Real, when you are being pushed or triggered, take a breath, lower your tone of your voice, speak slowly and slower. Don't give them the reaction that they expect you to give them. I agree with you 110%, but there's only so much that you can do with that.
And I feel like lately you've been better at that than for a while. Like that you go through like phases. Like I feel like where you can do that. I've seen you do it plenty of times. Times where I would have flipped out. You know what I mean?
Like you know what was one time that I really wanted to go off?
When?
And I was ready, cocked, and loaded.
When?
When Selfie Queen Cindy called me Twitch Boy.
Really? Why'd that set you off so hard?
Because she called me a boy. That's a racial slur. No matter.
Oh boy, I am not the one to talk to about. Let me tell you something. Oh boy. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. That was a completely coincidence. I swear to God. Yeah, I'm not the one to even touch that. I got hit with something. Hold on. I got hit with something that I had no idea was offensive, and it really sucks to be in that position. But I never heard that before. What you're telling me right now. But please explain. Go ahead.
So let me break it down to you. When slaves were in slavery, right? Master would say, "Come here, boy."
Okay.
It's the cadence behind it. So remember when Dina said, "Walk on home, boy"?
Yep.
That triggered me. Triggered me. And Selfie Queen Cindy, who is a minority that has had dealing with the African American community, because we all know that she has mixed kids. You know not to call a black man a boy. You know not to call a black man a boy.
When you say it like that, I definitely know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know? Now, it's different from a girl saying, boy, come here. You know what I mean? That type of thing, you know? Because women do say that. You know what I mean? That's not a racial slur.
But you're saying the cadence, like the way you said it. Okay.
Walk on home, boy?
Yeah.
Twitch, boy?
Yeah.
You lucky I don't have my sisters punch you in your mouth for that.
Yeah. Wow.
And they know who you are, Selfie. They know who you are.
I thought that was a little weird when Dina said that, though. When Dina said it like that, I'm like, what the heck? Like, well, that's a weird thing to say. But now that when you pointed it out in your video that you made, I was like, wow, I didn't even really catch that. Like you did, obviously. But yeah. It's a very strange thing.
The thing is that as far as with Dina, right? Dina is, and she says it herself, she's a hillbilly, right? So she comes from the swamps of Florida. That's a whole different ball game. You know what you're getting. You know you're getting alligators. You're getting people with shotguns. You're getting shotgun weddings. You're getting all types of crazy stuff. So and this is what I was trying to tell Dom. Like, she can't come out and tell you that she knew what that meant, because if she tells you she knew what that meant, she's done. She's done because of the environment that she comes from. Because people know, they know how people are in the sticks. The sticks hate black people. Now, I'm not saying that's how Dina is, But her environment, that's what's known from her environment. You know, it's the same thing as
It
somebody
could be
said.
normal. It could be considered quite normal where she's from, is what you're saying. You're not
Yeah,
saying she is. You're just saying she might be used to that. Okay.
yeah, yeah. And you know, some people grow up in an environment and they learn and they become grown adults. You know, and they make their choices different. That's why, um, when she said that, my response was not to drag her down, but to try to reach out to have a conversation with her so she could look at it from that perspective. You know, remember,
Right.
we had the South and we got the North. It's two different styles. And Tea Spiracy, we're from the North, you know?
Right.
Did I ever tell you about the time I was in Boston?
I don't think you ever have told me that. told me that.
Yeah. One time I was in Boston, right? And we driving in the car
Mm-hmm.
and we come across, where's that thing that you turn and you go in like a circle, right?
A
You go,
rotary.
and then you go on to the main, is that the main street off the highway though? I don't know
Oh,
what highway it was. It was a
an
long time.
exit, an overpass, an exit, a rotary,
I don't know what it
a
was.
roundabout.
Yeah, well, a roundabout.
Yeah.
So there was like three white guys in the car, and I guess we cut them off by mistake. They rolled the window down and said, "Get the F out of Boston," N words.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
What?
You know,
See,
so
that's
then
actually really shocking to me because Boston has plenty of black people. Like, that's very strange to hear that. Like, I
yeah,
can't believe they did
but
that.
but there's also a stigma with Boston, like, you know, as far as racism and that. And that's why it angered me when JJ was calling you a racist. Because it's like, wait a minute, this can stick if people start digging into the background of
Yeah.
Boston. You know what I mean?
It's
And
such
like
an
how
ugly label, man. And believe me, like, there's such a ugly. It literally, when I even think of the word racism, it makes me feel gross. Like, it makes me feel gross. It makes me feel like that you're treating another human like they're not another human. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the most disgusting thing. It's next to the PEDO category. Like, it's just gross. Like, so when people throw it out so easily, right? It's just very, 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 very hurtful. Like, it really is, because it makes me. And it's, listen, it doesn't mean shit coming from the person who is saying it, that I know they're just playing a game, right? Like, I'm not bothered by that aspect. I'm bothered by the people who might scroll by that, not know, my intent behind what I said, and just believe it, take it at face value, and label me as such. And it's just really, really makes me feel gross and hurtful and just not okay. But yeah, Boston is like an Irish town. Like, that's what its roots are, Irish. So I can see, like, yeah, back in the day, I bet you there was a ton of racists around here, but nowadays to hear that, like, damn, that's just crazy. I would have never thought that would happen.
Well, I mean, there's always going to be racism. It's not something that we're going to be ever just get rid of. You know, slave owners had mixed babies. You know, that didn't stop them from using the N word. You know, and it's just some things that we just gotta understand and know when a person is trying to be hip or when a person is truly prejudiced and racist. And I think for them to try to put that label on you is asinine when they're supporting a man that has literally called a black man the N word. Selfie Queen, how would you feel if somebody called you the N word?
You know what's crazy?
Somebody that called me the N word.
You know what's crazy? Even though Selfie Queen and I have our problems, right? Do you remember when, like, Yaya tried to call her like a drug addict and shit? I was like, yo, don't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Because that personally affects you, you know?
Yeah, that it personally affected me, so I didn't like it. And even though I don't like Selfie Queen, I let it be known that I didn't like what was happening. But Selfie Queen knows that the reverse thing is happening to me. And where is she doing? She's co-signing the shit out of it, knowing full well that I'm not a fucking racist. Like, she knows that. You know what I mean? So grow some balls, Selfie Queen. Really, stop sitting on JJ's lap and, speak
And
your own
you know
mind.
why she's sitting on her lap, right? Allegedly.
Oh God.
You think they're gonna be mad at that?
Listen, let me make this. Is this like a joke, or are you like dead ass serious?
I really believe that.
Oh,
I
okay.
really believe that.
Oh, of course they're gonna be mad. Are you kidding me? They're probably freaking on the phone right now.
Because it's just the way, like, I seen them when JJ and the husband went to visit New York. I guess that's something that they do. They went there for a wedding in November last year, because I was on their live stream. And then the way Selfie Queen Cindy changed, and how she went from pretty much her life was cool to then having problems with her husband to then wanting to move to Florida. Like, why all of a sudden do you want to move to Tampa, Florida?
Right.
It's
Oh
just
yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see. I've always just labeled her as like a dependent. Like she has a lot to gain by being JJ's friend, as far as financially and whatever else you want to call it. So that's always what I assumed it was, but I don't know them like you do. So I mean, could be.
I'm not going to say that. I think they really do. I think they really do have a bond, and that bond comes from them being outed and pretty much
Trauma bond.
being they only had each other to depend on.
You're
Once
absolutely
Charlie got
right.
rid of them.
That's a
So
really good point. Yep.
then they met each other in real life, which
Yeah.
takes things to a different level.
Right.
Let me ask you this, Tea Spiracy. Let's say you have a husband, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your friend is arguing with me, right?
Right.
And your friend tells me, because I said I want your friend to be my baby mama, you ugly-ish, and her husband is fine as F. That's weird. Like, why is she telling me how beautiful JJ's husband is?
Yeah, that's kind of like, as far as girl code goes, I think that's a little uncomfortable. I mean, I don't know their relationship dynamic as far as JJ and Sylvie Queen. Like, maybe they have it, like, some chicks say weird shit to each other, like, over, and it's nothing more than that. But like, I guess it would depend on the dynamic. But usually in a normal circumstance, I would say that's definitely awkward. Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
a red flag.
Yeah.
Because your homegirl ain't gonna violate like that.
Right.
Because there's such thing as girl code.
Yeah, I mean, a normal chick, because chicks be crazy, right? Bitches be crazy. Like, you'd be like, what is this? What does this chick want my man or something? You know what I mean? That would be a normal thing that a girl would think if you have another girl saying that about, even if it's your friend. I don't know. It's just kind of awkward. I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't feel comfortable saying it, but I know some chicks are just, weird, but I don't really know. It depends on the dynamic, but yes, overall, yes. It's definitely weird.
Then I remember JJ got mad at me because I felt as though when she had the braids in her hair, going back in the two ponytails, that was amazing, right? And that's what a lot of chicks in the hood used to wear back in the day. So it took me back to the hood,
Mm-hmm.
And I've dealt with a lot of Puerto Rican chicks in my day, Usually the ones that are the more sassier has the most fun. Let's just put it like that, right? So she's gonna get mad at me, and it's like, JJ, how can you get mad at me because the way you look? Your parents made you attractive. I didn't, and you putting them braids in your head ain't help. So how can you possibly be mad at me?
It's like a compliment, no?
Yeah, I thought it would be a compliment, but she didn't take it as that.
No, listen, JJ will find, from what I know about her, which is nothing new, I'll tell you that. What I know about that girl is she will take something, no matter how innocent or pure it can be, and she will turn it into, like, just to an act of terrorism. Like, she has a way of doing that. Like, and somebody had said on my Instagram last week too, like, is JJ ever happy? Like, does she ever have like fun conversations where she can laugh at herself, or is it always just like rah, 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 you know what I mean? And I can't really answer that because I don't know her anymore. But it's, from what I do know of her, she's just, a miserable. You know what she did? I was thinking back too. Remember how I had that live stream and I was like, everybody just needs to stop talking about reality TV news. I was like yelling at people, being a psycho, telling people just leave you alone. Remember that? Yeah. After that stream, this is the last time I think I ever talked to JJ one-on-one. Actually, she came to me and she goes, "You need to take that down." I was like, oh, excuse me, come again? That's exactly what I said to her. Come again? You want me to take my video down? Cause you want to keep this going? Is that why? Like, I was like, don't fucking tell me what to take down on my channel. Like, she was like, and then her and I were arguing, and then a week later, she followed you on someone else's platform to argue with you after she told me to take my video down. I was like, what
she
is
used to
wrong
always
with
do that. Her first video was about me, and I think a lot of people, because she don't keep her videos up, a lot of people don't know like that. That's why JFid don't like me. JFid don't like me because I did a stream about JJ and got a birthday cake and got a laminated picture and put it on the wall and said, "Happy birthday, JJ." I didn't call her ugly. Funny. I didn't call her disgusting. I didn't say anything but happy birthday, JJ. Happy 50th birthday, JJ, you sorry son of a bitch. and we danced
Yeah,
and played. Like it was a
the
joke.
baby oil, that shit was fucking hilarious. Like she could not see the good fun in that. Like put it this way, I have another example. You like when you and I were fighting, you made that song about being sued by Key Joy. Like yo, that shit was funny. Like I don't care. Like there were times, even Dom's in chat right now. Dom used to say some pretty vile shit about me, but like it was so funny that like I couldn't even get mad at it. Ask the people I'm close with. Like he would say some foul stuff, but it was so hilarious that like I couldn't even get mad at it. Like JJ's no fun. She's just not fun. She can't see the fun in it.
I think that she suffers from insecurities. Now, like you live in Boca Raton, you drive a Bentley, you make a shit ton of money, you could buy whatever you want, you could go to any country, any island you want. Like, baby girl, chill. Baby girl, chill. It's crazy how you have all this, you have everything anybody on earth will want, but you're still unhappy for some reason. That's because you're missing the black experience, JJ. You know?
That's what I said on Twitter the other day. I said a lot of you have never done a fearless moral inventory, and it shows. In Recovery Reel, we have something called, it's a step 4. It's called fearless moral inventory, where you look at yourself and you look at where you have gone wrong, and plenty of situations, right? Like maybe I did this out of jealousy, maybe I did this out of anger, maybe I did this out of this. You go through this, and it's hard. And a lot of people in recovery run and they give up. That's where everybody dips out. Most people, anyways, is on that step, because it's easy to do everything, but taking a good look at yourself and where you fall short, even when you're out here in these streets trying to be a gangster and a crying gangster, it's hard to do those things. And I think that's what my philosophy is. And this might sound really arrogant and really, conceited or whatever, but I think that because I'm able to laugh at myself, and because I've done a lot of the inner work that's hard to do and overcome a lot of my stuff, that like people see that and they get fucking triggered by it. I think because you have someone like JJ who literally can't even sit with herself and be happy. You know what I mean? So I think that's why I trigger a lot of these people in a certain way, because fearless moral inventories do think you can tell a lot of these people ain't never done them because they don't think they do no wrong, and it's just really frustrating to watch it play out time and time and time again. But
And
yeah.
I also think that she feels that she doesn't want to fall on her face. And I think, like, I don't know, maybe I don't think maybe she was told that she's beautiful as a child. Like, and I've had my fair share of women in the country and out of the country, and I've noticed like some of the most beautiful women in the world are the most insecure and the most crazy. Like, I've then dealt with models that would drop dead gorgeous, and the insecurities are so high. It's like the insecurity. I can't even enjoy this beautiful specimen of art that's in front of me because of the mindset. And I think that's something that maybe she struggles with, is, which I don't understand. I mean, she's married with kids. It's like you have a whole family, you have the life that everybody wants, but for some reason you're so angry.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, it's not a good place to be, you know what I'm saying? And like I fall short all the time. I'm not saying like because I did work I'm healed or whatever. Like obviously it's an ongoing thing, but I think that a lot of these people around here, like who were you saying a little while ago couldn't take criticism? Sylvie Queen, she cries and stuff. Like that's
Yeah, I
crazy.
mean,
Like
why are you over there crying because Dom came at JJ and said JJ doesn't have a body? Like, Dom doesn't even like women.
it shouldn't even
How
affect
would he
you. Like
know if she has a beautiful body?
yeah,
She's
it's
built
just
beautifully.
a lot of
Like,
these a lot of these gangsters around here. That's why I call them crying gangsters. They act so hard, but they can't even handle like a stupid like joke. Like it's literally that's all it is. At the end of the day, yeah, it might be hurtful, it might sting a little bit, but if you're gonna be on the internet running your mouth, I mean, it's bound to happen, and you're gonna have to come to that realization one way or another, because the internet can be really ugly.
and you know
But
the funniest thing, AZ?
what?
It was that very statement that made Selfie Queen then block my Dom and take his wrench. That statement.
That's a little dramatic, right?
Saying that he body shamed JJ. JJ's married with a husband. Why does JJ care if a man that doesn't like women think that she has a bad built body?
I'm pretty sure that Dom has made comments about my nasty vajayjay, we'll call it, and I just laughed it off. Like, some people can't laugh it off. They can't laugh at themselves, and it's really a gift. And I know it's not for everybody, right? It's really fun to be able to laugh at yourself, and I'm just grateful that I can do that, because there's a lot of people who just can't, and it's just, you're just better off. Not, trust me, I'm not saying every time someone makes fun of me, I'm over here laughing about it, but like, you gotta consider the source.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I remember. I will, and to this day, always apologize to JJ for saying that she has stink pee, because I've never been in it. So how would I even know?
Right.
Um, it's something I shouldn't have said. I apologize to her. I apologize to her the day she was on her, what do you call that, anniversary with her husband on a
Hmm.
boat out on the yacht eating crabs, right? Talking to me, and she talked to me for like 3 hours. I lied to you not. Talked to me for like 3 hours on the phone while she was in the middle of the sea eating crabs for her anniversary with her
With
husband.
her husband?
With her husband.
She was on the phone with you for 3 hours.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
that's a fact.
All right then.
Right. So, which was interesting in itself. I mean, but hey, you live with them, so I mean, I'm sure y'all
Yeah,
gonna
she
have
probably
fun way
talks to him all the
to.
time. Yeah, I get your point. Yeah.
Um, or on the flip side, you could look at it another way, but neither here nor there.
You good, you good.
But it's just that, like, I don't know. It's like we all want to be accepted, right? And we all don't want to be. And they've been kicked out of so many different communities. It's like, wow, like, you know, they've really been kicked out of a lot of communities.
Yeah, imagine if everybody just walked around and said what they really meant. That would be ideal, wouldn't it? Like, I did this thing on my stream yesterday about Wolf, and I pretended like Wolf was talking, then I pretended like I was talking, and we were talking about like what the problem really was. Like, yo, you hurt me when you said this, so that's why I did this kind of thing. And it would just be crazy if people could actually say what they really meant, instead of. And I know what a lot of people do around here too. Like, they will they will not, like, Stacy brought this up and I thought about it a lot. It was like they'll not like somebody just off the rip, not even from one particular reason. You ever meet someone, you just don't like them, you don't even know why? What people will do around here, they'll find a reason. They will literally search for a reason and dig up dirt just to have a reason to dislike them. It's like, yo, you don't have to have a reason to dislike anybody. You don't owe anybody an explanation. Like, do you know what I mean? Same with cutting people off. People want to talk about, oh, you cut everybody off. Yeah, well, sorry, they disrespected me and made me feel like I don't have to keep people around, kind of thing. It's people
And I
just.
want to and I want to say for the record, I never was mad that JJ and them cut me off, because Selfie Queen Cindy didn't cut me off until I cussed her out, right? And
Hmm.
that's the day that I called her after the live with JJ bashed me, and she was recording me and letting the Discord listen to the conversation. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
So
yeah,
me and her are going back and forth
I
yelling
forgot
about
about
it,
that.
and she's letting them listen to our conversation, which was a private conversation. My only thing I was asking, like, what did I do? What did I do? You go from, saying, real, we look at you as a friend, to then saying, oh, we never were friends.
Yep,
Well,
that was
really?
crazy.
And it's like, Selfie Queen, I talk to you every day, not because I was taking tabs on you or anything like that. It's because I genuinely cared about you
Right.
as a friend. And,
Yeah.
and I will say, Tea Spiracy, there was a lot of times that I talked to her and that she said that she was fed up and she was ready to leave and she wanted to leave Alex. So that's nothing new, right? She said that to me multiple lot of times. And I told her, when you marry somebody, it's to death do you part. You make it work. Because the grass ain't always green on the other side.
Right.
Sure, you got to lock things up. You got to take different precautions. Sophie Queen, you ain't work. You ain't working about 5, 6 years. Never every man is perfect. Not every woman is perfect. When you marry somebody, you take them for their flaws. And if been with 26 years, this is not something that you don't know how to deal with. And that's just kind of how I look at it. And I say it respectfully. Like, nobody wants to be left alone. Nobody deserves to be left alone at their weakest moment.
Yep, I agree.
Mhm.
Yep, definitely. Holy Spackle says marriage is overrated. Yeah, you know what, Holy Spackle? It's interesting you say that because even from the time I was a little girl, now you got to remember something. My parents are still married. Okay, I'm one of the very few people who have parents who are still together. Right, that's very rare these days. Very rare, and I'm very grateful for that. However, even as a child, like I never ever like was like, oh, I want to wear a white dress and be all fancy and have a fancy wedding. Like I remember my serious relationship, my daughter's father, I was like, yo, let's just have a banger party and get a DJ. Like it's just marriage never really appealed to me because we need a piece of paper. I get it, you swear before God. Like I get that, okay? That part I get. But I just feel like it's a piece of paper in my head. I don't know. It just whatever. I feel like nowadays it's I don't know. I have a different outlook on it than most people. Like, yeah, it would be cool. I'm not saying I never would get married, but some people are old school with it, you know? I just never thought myself to be one of those people.
I don't think marriage means what it meant in the 50s.
Exactly.
No, I am not
Yes.
an item with Christy Marie. I am a single man. I am a single man. I am a single man. Actually, I haven't talked to Christy in about 6 months. So where is Christy anyway? And I never was an item, and I never was smashing her.
So what you just said made a really good point. Like marriage is not what it was years ago, and I know that. Even though I wasn't around years and years ago, I know that. You know, I know it's different now. I've sort of lived enough life to know that, and I think that plays a huge role in why it's just not that big of a deal to me. But I don't know who that person is. You were just saying why someone thinks you're in a relationship with somebody.
Well, no, somebody said they can ask me a question, and that was the
Oh,
question.
I must have
Um,
missed it.
but to add on what you're saying, the world is a very different place. Women are entrepreneurs now. You think about the 50s, the goal was to get married, have a family, the wife stays home, the guy goes out and works. Well, we don't have that type of society anymore. The society we live in is get it by any means necessary, the independent women, be a bad bitch, blase blase, and it's like when you're running on that wavelength, you don't have time to really sit down and cultivate a family, you know what I mean, or a family
Mm-hmm.
environment because I don't believe everybody has to struggle, right? But I do believe that there has to be some compromise if you want to do the family thing the traditional way.
Right.
And and I'm going to say most women, they out here getting their money. They don't want to compromise that for a
Not only
man.
that, like not even just that, like the way of living. Like for example, like our media is geared towards like cheating and things like that. Like the way people are conditioned, we're all conditioned to like men are cheaters. Like you see the music videos and all this stuff. Like it's like about partying and going out with big booties. You know what I mean? Like it's so different than it used to be. Like this shit would have shook. Remember how Elvis came out and he danced and they were all like, oh my god, this is so horrible. Like if they knew what we dealt with now, they'd be like, Elvis is an angel. It's our pop culture had a huge impact on all of that is what I'm trying to say there. I said it
Absolutely.
weird, but
Absolutely. I think pop culture has an impact. And I think now with media, I think us as YouTubers are creating a greater impact as well. I think that people are coming to us for the news and the gossip way before they're going to the TMZ websites and these places.
oh,
So
absolutely. CNN is gonna take has been taking a huge hit. Like more people will watch. I actually saw. I wish I could remember the exact article I read, but CNN. It was like a YouTuber, maybe even freaking Emily D. Baker. I want to say somebody like that had more views about a certain like news story than like a mainstream media because nobody trusts mainstream media anymore. Nobody. Like literally nobody. We all know it's all fed by a machine that is backed by people who have money, that is backed by people who have an agenda. You know what I mean? So that's where YouTube comes in real handy, more than people I think anticipated a long time ago. I like that aspect of it. Nobody's behind them making them push an agenda unless of course you work for Steve McRae and you're in a culty toolbox. Well, that's a different story, but
but here's what I want to ask you because I had Nikki on my channel the other day, and I know that I was hearing something about Nikki had something to do with the whole Muzz, the Chronic Space, Roadhog, his wife conspiracy thing. But she told me she didn't have anything to do with it. Is she lying?
I don't know about this chronic space thing. I don't know about the specific circumstance you're talking
Oh
about.
yeah, when they try to get me arrested.
I've never heard, to be honest with you, that Nikki had. I always thought in my head, anyways, what I remember, what I know of it, it was Yaya, Roadhog, and Mrs. Roadhog, and
In chronic space.
Muzz.
In chronic space.
I don't know. I think that sounds familiar, but Nikki, no, Nikki, that does not sound familiar to me. I think, yeah, Chronic Space, but I don't think Nikki was. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's not ringing a bell. But then again, I never paid much attention to Nikki, so if somebody had said her name to me back then, I probably wouldn't remember because she's never really been somebody I've, paid attention to because I think whatever. I'll keep my opinions to myself. Whatever. I've already spoken on Nikki.
Because I feel like I don't want to just go after her half cocked if I don't have proof that she did anything to me. You know?
Well, put it this way, real, and I mean this with the purest intentions. Knowing what I know about her, I would not be surprised if she did because she's also, lies a lot, and I know for a fact she lies a lot because I've seen her do it plenty of times. So I wouldn't be surprised, but I can't say for sure. Dom would know, and he's here, and he says no. It was he was around. He was in this circle, so he would know. He says real. Real is right though. Chronic was involved. Yeah, so not Nikki, just Chronic. All right.
Yeah, calling the apartments and
Yep. That was so
like,
messed up, dude. Like that was so messed up. Like I remember that.
and see the thing is that like, you don't know who I know or what connections I may have. So if I would have really, really went real life, would I have been wrong for it? At that point, you know what I mean? Like I think
That's what they don't think about either. Like you made an offhanded comment. Was it something you should have said? Probably not. But like if I'm not trying to make excuses. People are gonna say that's what I'm doing. But like if they followed you, they know the things you say can be offhanded. Like you know what I mean? So to take it seriously and be like, "Real's gonna kill Roadhog," yo, after what he did to you, I can't blame you for saying the shit you said. I really can't. There's been times where I've wanted to say that shit. There's been times, Real, where I've gotten the phone on Instagram and been like, I should have gave Real a fucking ride. Like, you know what I mean? Like I should have went scooped him up. We could have drove together. I've said that shit before out of pure frustration. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. And it's like you sit there and like you got people that like JJ and Selfie Queen that say they were your friends at one time. And I don't care if a person was my friend at one time, I would never want to see them homeless. And you're in the same chat
Never.
with a man that is working to stop me from getting an apartment. Like,
Yep.
how is that ever cool, JJ?
And he's such a liar. He says he didn't do that. He says he didn't do it when we all have the freaking recordings of him doing it. It's crazy. Yeah, how can you be comfortable with that? No matter who it is. No matter who it is.
Yeah, like you want to be, Mr. Save the World when it's convenient for you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
No, I mean
Yep.
it's crazy, and I try not to kind of dwell on those things because it'll make me really want to do something to somebody. See?
Yeah, I have
Really?
to remind myself all the time, like, I gotta stop trying to figure out why people do the shit they do because it just drives me insane. But they all have, it's all backed by a motive. You know what I'm saying? They all have their own agendas, just like mainstream media does. Anyways, I am getting a little tired here. I could just talk and talk and talk about this stuff because we have not caught up in a while. Like, it's been a damn. Hey, and listen, I know this is like a late night stream and stuff like that, and it's like kind of last minute. But if you're on the replay, don't forget to go subscribe to Real Entertainment News to get him back on the map on YouTube. He was getting up there before his channel got taken, and and he's back now. And then Twitch too. So another thing, I'm gonna have to grab your Twitch stream to drop that in my description too. I don't have that anywhere reachable, but I'll definitely put it there. So.
Okay.
Anything else you want to talk about before we head out? Anything else you wanted to say, or
No, only other thing that I want to say is we all we we all make mistakes in life. Nobody's perfect. Me, myself, you, anybody we talked about tonight. We all make mistakes, right? The problem becomes when you want to then hinder a person for a mistake that they made and they're trying to move on from. Because all that does is turn them into the quote unquote monster, JFid, that you think that they are. Because you're a what do you call it? Systematic racist against black people when y'all here calling black people monsters. Let people grow. Let people learn from that. Sammy the Bull is a totally different person today than he was in the 80s. And we see that through the videos. We see the change. If he deserves a second chance, I can't have a second chance on YouTube. Am I wrong for saying it, T?
No, and here's another thing too. Like people make mistakes. Like there are certain people I could never forgive in life, and certain people who don't deserve forgiveness and stuff like that. But I think that even through somebody like you, because let me say this, because a lot of these women out here don't like the whole cracker Karen thing and like whatever, and that's fine. They don't have to like it, right? But like I've also seen a side of you where you do have a really big heart, and you do really want to understand people, and you do want to have healthy conversations, and you do want to do better. A lot of these people out here don't want to do better, and I think that's what the difference is with you. So if people look at me and go, well, you're a hypocrite for, being friends with Real Entertainment News, like, yeah, but you don't see the other side of it. You're only seeing what you want to see, and that's the nasty that, he's done, that we've all kind of done at one point or another. But I think that there is a side of you that is worth giving a chance to, and everybody deserves a second chance, I think, for sure. Yeah. So, unless you're Mars, but I'm just kidding. But anyways,
that chick, man.
I don't know much about Sam. I know Sam who's a mafia guy, but he got out of jail or something. Did he get out of jail? Like, what do you mean second chance?
Remember he got locked up. He did 17 years, and then he came home, and he's like, he has his YouTube channel. He's doing.
Oh, he has a YouTube channel now.
Yeah, he has his Patreon, doing really well, telling all of the mob stories with John Gotti. How he turned government informant on John Gotti. Very, very interesting person. And it's just to see the change in the man. Even to see him go on to black media. He did a whole campaign where he did the whole West Coast, all black media outlets.
Really?
You know what I mean?
No kidding.
And this is an Italian mobster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Italian mobster. So it's like people grow, people change, people become better individuals. I'm not perfect. And let's truth be told, the women that are judging me are not perfect.
Right.
Yeah,
so there's intrinsically bad, like you're just bad at your core, and there's, what I'm saying, there's people who make mistakes, I think, and I think the people who just make mistakes definitely deserve second chances there, but there are some rotten eggs out there where you can just look at them and read their aura and go, yeah, nah, I'm good, you know what I mean? I feel like we all have different, it's different for everybody, but I'm talking in circles because I'm like, I'm so tired. But I want to keep this is such a good conversation we've had tonight. It really is. I think we've covered a lot of ground, and I'll be like you, just to touch on what before I hang up this stream. One more thing before I go. It's my famous saying. I always do that my whole life. I'm not out here trying to start a war with Selfie Queen Cindy and JJ and this one and that one. I just want people to be held accountable for their lies without making up lies about me. Like, is that too much to ask for with any of these people? Like with Dina, with any of them? It's just like, you don't know what that's like until you're in my position, and it's not fair. If you want to refute the things I'm accusing you of, by all means do that. Do not label me a racist. Do not label me, all these things you guys label me, whatever. I can't even think of them. But anyways, thanks for coming on, Real.
I will say this really quickly. Selfie Queen and JJ, if y'all have proof that I'm Angel Eyes, show the proof.
Hey, I want to. Sorry, real quick, before I forget, because I meant to say this earlier. Somebody in my chat one time told me that you were Angel Eyes. I've seen that before. I have seen somebody say that before, and I don't remember who or where, but I have heard that and seen that somewhere. I'm telling you.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying it, and it's wrong. That lady is getting kicked out of streams because people think that she's me, and she's a she. You can see the way she even talks in the streams. And it's like, if you got the proof, JJ, show it. Furthermore, if you got a problem with me, come speak to me. The floor is open for both of you two.
Funny how people won't do that, right? Same with Wolf. Yeah. He won't come talk to me, but you'll run around and complain about it. I can't stand that stuff. It's for the birds, really. Like, if the person you're problem with is just willing to have a conversation, have a conversation. Like, what are you scared of? It's just stupid. But yeah, poor Angel Eyes. That person's like, they're listen. Somebody told me that, and then she started coming to my streams more, and I was watching her write and stuff. I figured out, like, that's not real. I don't know who told me that's real, but that's not real. It dawned on me after a while, and I don't know who spread that rumor.
They say that they got screenshots Where's the screenshots from my Discord? Okay, well, show it.
Shermar says, Angel Eyes and Real were both in Little Red stream the other day. Real on panel and Angel Eyes in chat. Yeah, see, they also think that like Stacy and Kim are Leon, and like it's just like they don't know what they're talking about. They really. Speaking of Leon, where you at? Holler at your girl, Leon. Come on. Hope you're all right.
I've met Kim in real life. Kim is a real person. I've met Kim in Florida.
You did?
Yeah. Well, I had a layover in Orlando, and
I
we
didn't even know
lunch.
that.
Yeah.
What?
And we went to Wawa.
You went to Wawa with Kim?
Yeah, ask her. She's in the chat. Me and Kim.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I took a big break for a while off of Discord and everything, so I must have missed that. That's awesome. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's like,
you went to Wawa with Kim. That's so funny. I don't know why that's so funny. I'm so tired right now. I can't even function. Yeah, I just imagine you and Kim walking through Wawa. It just makes me laugh.
Do you have a Wawa in Boston?
No. I know it's a grocery store. I know it's a huge chain, but I've never been. Actually, you know what? I'm lying. I think when I went to Florida, I went to one before, but we don't have them here, which is crazy because like everywhere else they have them, but we don't have them anywhere near here. Oh my God!
I'm telling you. Funny. I'll say this really quickly. They changed a lot. They selling burgers and fries. When I worked there, because I worked there for about 7 years, and we used to do sandwiches. We used to have the hot bar where they had the hot roast pork sandwiches, the hot roast beef sandwiches, hot turkey sandwiches, on the mashed potatoes. Now they went gourmet cheeseburgers.
Like, I thought it was a grocery store. I didn't know they had like food like that. I thought it was a grocery store.
Yeah, it is a grocery store.
Oh,
it's
okay.
It's a mini market because it's not necessarily a grocery store. It's not big enough to be a grocery store. It's more of a mini market.
It's a gas station,
it's
right?
It's a gas station. Yeah. I don't know. Well, Kim, they don't have chairs to sit down. Like when you order your food, it's to go. You can't sit down nowhere and eat it. You have to order your food to go.
Stitchin, this is the crazy thing, Stitchin. Listen to this. Wawa is like one of the biggest chains of anything in America. It's literally like it's like up there with Walmart, okay? But we don't have it.
I think that it's on the East Coast because that's all it is on the East Coast corridor from I think Maine down to Florida.
I saw a map one time on a documentary, and it showed a map of the United States and all the Wawas, and I'm like, damn, that's huge. And I've never even I've only been to it like one time, I think, on vacation or something. But anyways, all right, Real, thanks for coming on, man. And anybody in the chat that had missed out or whatever, make sure you subscribe. Let's put Real back on the map. Let's all just try to be better than we were yesterday, and just deal with your lies as they come. Don't make stories up. That'd be great. All right. So thanks for coming on. Great conversation tonight, Real.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye. Bye, chat. Bye, moderators. Thank you for your help. Always. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. Thanks, everybody.